What is up, everyone? Sapphire Bills here, back with another episode of Gagged or Ragged, the series where I review the latest episodes of the RuPaul's Drag Race franchise. Today we're going to be going over the runway looks of episode 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race season 13, as well as the Queen's performance in the Discomentary. So before we get into all of my thoughts and opinions on this week's episode, I just want to quickly remind you guys to please subscribe to my channel, comment, and like this video if you think Tamisha Iman was robbed. Alright, so let's just get straight into it. So for this week's mini challenge, the queens were asked to pair up in teams of 2, and they had to make sure they stood out by creating a garment out of wallpaper and modeling that same garment in front of the same wallpaper. And whoever the queens paired up with in the mini challenge is going to be their partner in the maxi challenge. So this was a really cute little challenge because we got to see their design skills a bit, as well as just a little bit of humor. And the winners of the mini challenge were Elliot with 2 T's and Tamisha Iman. And their win doesn't really have anything to do with the challenge, but they did win a $2,500 shopping spree or something for like some home decor or something like that. And for this week's Maxi Challenge, the queens had to make a discomentary. So basically it was a documentary about disco and its rise and its fall and everything in between. And on the main stage, the category for the runway was Little Black Dress. So let's just get into these looks, and we'll also talk a little bit about their performance as we go. So first up, we have Tina Burner. And Tina is coming out in this wet paint reveal number. And she reveals to this little black dress with, of course, her like red and orange branding over it. Honestly, I don't really care for this look. I don't care for the reveal. I think the dress just is whatever. It doesn't excite me, doesn't do anything for me. And the hair doesn't either. I'm getting really tired of this whole red, yellow, orange thing. Like, I understand she's trying to brand herself and all of that, but I hope she's looking back at this now and realizing, like, girl, I did not need to do it for every single runway, every single episode, every single confessional, every single everything. Because, to be honest, red, orange, and yellow just isn't that flattering on you, Tina. I'm sorry. It's the truth, and this look is going to be getting ragged. For Tina's performance in the Discomentary, though, she did an amazing job. She was in the trio with Gottmik and Candy Muse, and I have to say that Tina outshined them 100% all the way. She looked amazing. I loved that beaded number that she wore. The movement was incredible, and her performance was great. So, Tina, you're going to be getting a gagged for your performance. Next up, we have Candy Muse. And Candy Muse is wearing a Comme des Garçons, like, inspired dress, and I have to say that I actually really love this. I know a few people don't care for it. They don't like that big silhouette and all of that, but that's what she was going for. She was obviously referencing something, and I think she looks very chic, very high fashion, and I actually really love this look. So Candy, this is going to be a gagged. And for her performance in the Discomentary, she was okay. And she didn't do anything outstanding. She wasn't all that. Her moves, she kind of did look a little hesitant or lost in some parts. Overall, she didn't do terrible, but standing next to Tina in that number, Tina really just killed it OD. So for Candy's performance, I am just going to give her a rag. Next on the runway, we have Gottmik. And Gottmik is wearing nothing. She has these pasties and a little tiny black dress just covering her private areas. And I just have to say, I was at the bar watching this episode, and when Gottmik stepped on that stage, everyone went crazy. Like, everyone was gagged. This look was everything we wanted and more. Like, it was perfectly done, and Gottmik looks incredible, so this is going to be a gagged. In the performance, Gottmik was whatever. I wasn't really feeling her. Wasn't anything that was like out of this world. Nothing was really memorable, and yeah, it was just, she was there. So I am gonna give her a rag for her performance. Now gracing the runway, we have Elliot with the 2 T's. And for her little black dress look, she's given us this like very big overcoat with like a Baroque pattern on it. And a little black dress, of course, obviously. But I just have to say, for the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race, this dress is very pedestrian. And I mean, she knows that she was kind of going for a more so real woman look, because she even said that she kind of likes to give you that illusion where it's like you have to look twice to think, is that a man or a woman? And she looks beautiful nonetheless, but the dress just isn't exciting. It looks like it was off the rack. Nothing about this look screams RuPaul's Drag Race main stage. And so I am just gonna give Elliott a rag for her little black dress look. And for Elliott's performance in the Discomentary, that's where she redeemed herself. She did an amazing job. She's obviously a trained dancer and she knows how to move. And she really keeps her character alive while still performing. You could see that she's not dead in the face. She's not really thinking about what she has to do next or anything. You could tell that dance is what she does and she's great at it. So in the performance, definitely a Gagged. She did her thing. Next up, we have the beautiful Tamisha Iman. And Tamisha Iman is wearing one of her own creations as usual. And this dress is very nice. I like the structure of it. I love that it's not just a simple black dress. Like, she added different things to it. But I do have to say it is a little plain and a little lackluster. I did hear in an interview that while she was packing, she completely forgot all of her stones on her dining room table, and unfortunately she wasn't able to finish the dress, so we are seeing the unfinished product. But unfortunately, from what is on the runway, I am just gonna have to give this dress a meh, because she looks great. It's well constructed dress, but there is something missing from it. It doesn't give me that va va voom wow experience, but she looks gorgeous as always, so it's gonna be a meh. Hey y'all, so I just realized that I never did Tamisha's performance, but in my opinion, she really didn't do as bad as they made it out to be. I think that she looked gorgeous throughout the performance and she did all her moves correctly. I think there was a few points in the performance where she kind of looked a little lost, but overall, I don't think she did a terrible job, and I'm going to give her performance a meh. And here we have Olivia Lux. And Olivia Lux's little black dress is exactly that, just a little black dress, but it has a gorgeous shape to it, and she has little rhinestones going up and down the center of the dress, which is really pretty. It's just a very simple but elegant, gorgeous dress. What took this over for Olivia was the styling. The hair was perfect, 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 and it drew in all the attention that we needed, as well as her makeup was stunning as always, and Olivia just looked gorgeous all the way around. So she's gonna be getting a Gagged on the runway. And for her performance in the Discomentary, honestly, Olivia was just, she lived through disco. Like, she must have, because she embodied disco perfectly. She looked gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Like, I can't get over how pretty she looked. Her hair was beautiful, the way she moved, the way she danced, her smile, everything top tier. Loved it. And this is gonna be a Gagged. Next up, we have Utica, and Utica is serving us up her earrings. And I would have never got this if she didn't explain it afterwards. And once she did explain it, I did live for the concept, because I thought that was pretty cool. Like, her earrings had a black dress on, so she was like, let me just be my earrings. Like, I thought that was awesome. The execution was not great, but the concept was something I really enjoyed. So I'm just gonna give this look a meh. In the performance, Utica got ate up standing next to Olivia. She really just is a little too much sometimes. Like, I love that she's kooky and unique and all of that, but she doesn't ever simmer it down into a way where you can actually take her serious and understand what she's trying to put out. Like, she was giving us disco, but it was like a joke of disco. And everyone knows that RuPaul doesn't like that, so that wasn't good. And her dancing just wasn't great, and just wasn't great overall. So I'm gonna be giving Utica a rag for her performance. Now hitting the stage, we have the beautiful Denali, and I love this look. Like, she just looks so gorgeous. She's serving us up a Spider Black Widow inspired look, and she just has webs of rhinestones under her arms and her back, and just Everything is gorgeous. The dress is perfectly fitted. Her hair looks gorgeous. And then she pulled off her little hat to show us that she had spider eyes, and just everything about this I loved. So Denali, this is going to be a gag. And for Denali's performance in the challenge, she's an amazing dancer. We all know that. She's a great performer. She did everything she had to do. I didn't really see anything wrong with her performance, so she's going to be getting a gagged. And following Denali, we have her partner, Rose. And Rose is giving us this little black dress cut out with gray tulle sticking out of all the sides. And I just have to say, I don't like this. As soon as she walked out, I didn't care for it. I just don't understand why Rose is making herself look bigger. It just wasn't flattering. It just wasn't really cute. I don't like that the tulle was like all the way up her neck and then she just looks suffocated. And unfortunately, this is going to be a rag. But for Rose's performance in the challenge, just like Denali, she did a great job with the dancing. She's very much comfortable as a performer and it shows. And she's going to be getting a gag for her performance. Now we have Lala Ri on the runway. And Lala Ri is taking the little black dress category a little too seriously when they said little. Lala's wearing a dress that doesn't really fit her. And as she walks, it just rides up and up. It legit looks like a t-shirt. But from the neck up, I think she looks gorgeous. I think she looks really pretty. And that's about it. Yeah, she looks really pretty from the neck up. And that's about it. The dress is boring. It is way too short to a point where it's not flattering. And this is just going to have to be a rag. And for her performance in the challenge, she did a great job. She danced the house down. She was on point with all of her moves and everything she had to do. So for her performance, I am going to give her a gag. And lastly on the runway, we have Simone. And Simone looks gorgeous as always. She's giving us a reference to RuPaul and Roots with this hair. And then her little black dress is all made out of braiding hair, which is iconic, and I live for it. And I live for this whole look. The only thing I would like to see differently from Simone is that every single runway, she's referencing something, and she does the reference pretty much to the T. So I would love to see her reference things and, you know, be creative with her concepts and things of that nature, but also make it her own. That's what I would love to see from Simone. But overall, this look I love, so I'm going to give her a gag for it. For Simone's performance in the challenge, she did all right. She didn't do amazing. Lala danced a little better than her. You could tell that Simone was a little hesitant with her moves and it wasn't the best. So I'm just going to give her a meh because she didn't do terrible, but it just was meh, whatever. So that's all for the looks and their challenge. But now we just have to get into this lip sync because girl. Okay. So our bottom two this week is Candy Muse and Tamisha Iman, which I have to say I don't necessarily agree with. I don't think that Tamisha deserved to be in the bottom. I genuinely have a feeling that RuPaul, you know, the producers might have spoken to RuPaul and everything. And I think that they just figured it was Tamisha's time to go because she wasn't performing to the best of her ability. She is still very much sick and is healing from all of her health issues. But if you let Tamisha, she's going to keep going to the end. She's not going to give up. So I have a feeling that they kind of were already just planning on taking her out and they're going to bring her back for an all-star season. That's just what I'm hoping and that's what I'm assuming. But anyways, let's get back into the lip sync. So the lip sync is Tamisha Iman and Candy Muse. And they were lip syncing to Blue Cantrell's Hit 'Em Up style. And girl, I was watching this in the bar and I was just getting goosebumps. Like, one, that was an amazing song choice. Two, it was a great lip sync. They were both giving emotion. They were both just really performing the song down. I loved everything about it. And Candy was giving us raw emotion while Tamisha was giving us performance. Like, she was just hitting all the words and performing it down. But Candy was really making us feel things. And I do have to agree with the decision they made. I do think that Candy won this lip sync. It was an amazing lip sync though. I loved it, and they both really deserve to stay. I think they both have so much to offer to the competition, but obviously the girls have to keep falling down one by one, and unfortunately this was Tamisha's time. I truly think that Tamisha is going to be back on an all-star season because the fans love her, as well as she's just that bitch. And I'm almost 100% sure that Miss Congeniality is going to be between Tamisha and Utica. Not sure, that's just what I'm saying, and I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know. But that is all for this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to my thoughts and opinions on the episode. I would love to hear what you guys thought about this episode. So please, let's go into the comments and let's discuss it. So before you guys go, just make sure you guys please subscribe to my channel so you guys catch my reviews every single week, because I am here reviewing every episode every single week. So please make sure you guys subscribe, hit the like button, and ring the notification bell so you guys know when I post my videos, because I have a lot of things going on in my regular life. So sometimes it'll be on a Monday, sometimes it'll be on a Wednesday, sometimes, you know, the days vary, but I'm trying my best. It's always gonna be up before Friday or before the next episode, so just stay in tune for that. I love you guys. I hope to see you guys here for the next one, and bye.